everyone. I'm Xeyal with New York Kurdish Film Festival and Cultural Center. Today we have Mano Khalil. Mano, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Khayal. Hi, everybody. Happy to meet all of you now again, maybe.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you with us today, Mano. Thank you so much for joining us. We'd like to talk about your North American tour to screen Neighbors. Your film, Neighbors, has touched audiences worldwide with its powerful storytelling, offering a deeply personal yet universal lens into the realities of Kurdish life in the Western Kurdistan, Rojava. Through the eyes of a child, you weave a narrative that reflects both historical struggles and present-day realities. As you prepare for your North American tour, we would love to explore the impact of your work and the larger conversation it contributes to. With that, I'm going to go ahead with my first question. Kurdish stories, particularly these from Rojava, have historically been underrepresented in global cinema. How do you see Neighbors contributing to a broader understanding of Kurdish identity and history?
Thank you, Khayal. Yes, we have some movies. Some movies was done about Kurdish people from 90s. As the Kurdish autonomy region in Iraqi Kurdistan started to have its institute and constitution, they start support some Kurdish movie, but not Kurdish movie from Rojava, a film from Rojava. I think we had many problems. We had reasons why we didn't have movies from there. As me, I am talking about myself. I studied filmmaking in Czechoslovakia, and 1993, I made my ever first Kurdish movie was under the title "The Place Where God Sleeps." In 16 millimeter was shot in Kurdistan, in Rojava, in the border between Turkey, divided between Turkey and Syria. And of course, parts of this movie are in Neighbors after 35 years. I just brought it, or after 32 years. Of course, we had big problems under the dictatorship of Assad. There was no way to shoot the movie. That time, 1993, I got a permission from the ministry, the culture minister of a Syrian government, that I'm going to make a short fiction movie for my school, and I brought them a small story, but I made a documentary which was about Kurdish people. Of course, was absolutely forbidden, and they had a big problem with this movie, with the regime, and then came actually the dream to make a movie about Rojava, about the Kurds. It's from the beginning when I went to study filmmaking in Czechoslovakia in 1986, until I realized this dream. It was a long time. It takes me about 30 years until I released the movie. And I think there is some other movies were made in Rojava last I say 10 years maybe, or 8 years after this freedom, enjoying Kurdish people enjoying somehow freedom. They made some movies, but such a movie with such powerful, such a humanity, such a simple and such a deep talking about the issues, about the problem of Kurdish people. I think that's why brought this movie to be internationally a very successful movie. One of my really best success films. We got about 70 awards, and the movie was shown in more than 200 film festivals worldwide. And because in this movie we didn't fight against nobody. In this movie we just show our soul, our dignity, our humanity, our love for the freedom, our wish to be respected in there where we are living, in a very simple and a human way. And that's why the movie is powerful. But talking about Kurdish people, about Jewish people in Syria, we had Jewish people. It's talking about Arabs, about all people in this country under the dictatorship of Assad. And that's why really the movie is touching the heart of many people, and the reaction is all the time the same. When I'm showing the movie in India or in United States, the effects and the how the people are reacting of the movie, the audience is absolutely the same. And this is make me really happy. And I know that with neighbors we made how they say a big step in to bring the Kurdish cinema further, not only for us, for the Kurdish people, but for the international audience too. Of course, with a big issue, which is the Kurdish question, which is the question of freedom of 45 million people.
Yes.
Divided between 4 countries. This is one issue too,
You're certainly right, Mano. I think Kurdistan is the only country which is being split into 4 different sections under 4 different nation state. Hence, we are the only country, only land has 4 borders within its native borders. So I would like to move forward with my second question. The Kurdish people have long at the forefront of the fight against extremism, defending democratic values and human rights. As a filmmaker, how do you see cinema playing a role in shaping global perception of this struggle?
Some are says that love is coming through the stomach. I say the understanding and solidarity is coming through love for each other, through the respect, showing this love, showing this respect. It's possible through the cinema. How nice it is when the people are sitting in a dark room and looking a story, watching a story. Freely they are coming to see, to watch, to hear, to feel the story with emotions. They are crying with you when they are looking to your story, and this emotion brings people to understand your pains. The cinema is a kind of bridge between us Kurdish people, to the world, bringing this issue to the world. How terrible is when small children are beaten in the schools because they speak their mother language in 21st century. It's terrible. It's really terrible. We will talk about the weapon. We'll take weapon in the hand and we will fight. We will fight against the dictators for our rights. Or maybe we will make a movie and we will move with our movie thousands and hundreds of thousands and million people to stay with us and say, no. What they are doing against children, against Kurdish children, it's injustice. We have to change these things, And this is, I think, the power of the cinema, the power of movies, when you have friends through the story, through the emotions. I know when my movie is shown in somewhere in Japan and I am not there, and I'm getting some feedback from people. They're telling me, wow, you touched our heart, I say, no, it's not only Mano Khalil touched your heart. Kurdish people, the Kurdish issue touched your heart, because in this movie we are talking about the Kurdish question, about this tragedy of 21st century. And that's why I believe the cinema is have its power, can bring us friends. All the time we say, no friends but mountains. I say, no friends, maybe cinema will find friends for us, Yeah.
That's such an empowering partner.
Yeah, I hope like this, yeah.
So I will move forward. Wild Neighbors is set in the 1980s. The themes of displacement, repression, and cultural erosion continue today. Just days ago, on January 26th, Turkish forces and their SNA proxies killed 21 Kurdish civilians and injured over 100 during a peaceful demonstration near Tishrin Dam, as per RIC reports. Do these ongoing attacks connect with the historical realities your film projects?
Khayal, actually, Neighbors, it's not set in 1980s or something like this, or 90s. The movie is today. The movie is talking about today issues, about our dailies. Today we are just showing what happened to this small child, to this guy who was sitting in the refugee camp when he was a small child. But the movie, it's set today, 2025, in Syria, during the Assad regime, father and son. It's nothing changing. It's tragedy to be just a terrorist because you are a Kurd. Just you say I am a Kurd, it means you are a terrorist. Today just I was thinking about a small issue. After the fall of Ba'ath regime, which was a fascistic and nationalistic in Syria, the Arabs start to change all the names which was given by Ba'ath party, nationalist, to bring the original names, streets, villages, dams, shops, bibliotheques, bookshops, all these things, universities, they changed the name to their original before Ba'ath. Only the Kurdish people, even in this country, still they cannot change it because they say, you are separatist. Our city, Kobane, is Kobane from the beginning of our life, from the history of Kurdistan and Kurdish people. Name is Kobane. The Ba'ath regime changed it to Ain al-Arab, which means the eye of Arabs. And they are fighting against us. Why you say Kobane? Because his name is Ain al-Arab. And we say, hey, the Ba'athists just call it this. No, it's fine. We are fine with this, And you see how the hate is coming outside, It's coming outside towards the Kurdish people, towards the wish of these people to live somehow together with people. We don't need anything. We don't need to govern Damascus. We don't need to have a power in Syria. We want to have a power in our small villages, our cities. We don't attack anybody. We don't want to take the property of anybody, of land of anybody. We want to stay there where we are, to live there in freedom with our children, with our families, talk our language, sing our songs, wear our clothes, our traditional clothes, and do our things how we do it, how all people in this world do it. And when you try to do it, you are a separatist, you are a terrorist, and separatists and terrorists have to be killed. And it's the same what they are doing. Unfortunately, a country which is a member of NATO, second biggest army in this world, 50 years now, everyone who's saying I'm a Kurd, he's a terrorist. Directly. And terrorists have to be killed. And they are killing us in this name, And what happened 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that this civilian, one of them was a Syrian actors, pupil actor in Syria. They killed him just like this with drones. It's a kind of not respect, of a hate against somebody, This is the tragedy, and in front of the eyes of all the world, of the humanity, it's doing, and nobody care about it, That's what's making us really. This is painful for all of us,
It is, and it's a contradiction. While Kurds are defending democratic values, feminism, all humanitarian values, honestly,
of course, you
themselves.
Yeah,
but
you can just see the Kurdish people. The Kurdish people, they never attacked somebody. They never, never ever. If you go to Iraqi Kurdistan, you go to Erbil or you go to Duhok, or You see the church, you see the mosque, you see the other religions, some Jewish or some Christians or Yazidi or Muslims, or they are living together. We are a people who respect. We know how to respect. We learn the respect, But unfortunately, we are living with somebody who don't respect us. They hate us because we are different, and that's a problem, We don't want to our ladies to wear burqa. We don't want burqa. It's not for us. This will never happen. They hate us. Why you don't have burqa? They say you are unbelievable. We have to kill all unbelievable. You know.
Infidels. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is what make me sometimes, or many times, all the time, make me sad that this world don't see sometimes how the reality is, how the truth is. The Kurdish people give 13 or 14,000 young girls and boys were killed in fight against ISIS. And when we finished the job, just they turned themselves, people who said, or the countries who said, we are helping you against ISIS, they told themselves and say, okay, Turkey, Erdogan, you can just come and make your job, and this is unthankful to be, this is very, very sad, really.
Sure is, but as historically, Kurds resist and thrive. We continue to struggle through art, through cinema, through the only way we see serving humanity, and that's art. And you are a big contributor to that. We can't thank you enough. That brings us to my last question, and that is about your soon North American tour. What excites you more or most about this journey? And are there any new projects on the horizon you would like to share?
Yeah, of course, I'm really excited now to be invited to North America to be with my movie. I love to meet my audiences, to talk to them, to hear their voice, their feelings, to see how my story, how their story, or our story, how it's affected them, and this discussion, this introduction with audiences, it's make me very happy, really, and I'm all the time. I love it. That's why I had many things to do in Switzerland, and they said, no, I'm going to the United States. I will stay there 3 weeks. I will just go with the movie. I hope many people will come to see the movie, because it's really time to see this movie, because it's talking about what is now happening in Syria, in Middle East. Yeah. It's about the love. It's about respect. It's about the hate in the same time, about fundamentalism, about anti-Semitism, about the democracy, about the anti-democracy movements there, about the fascism in this world. It's talking exactly about what, giving the answer of many questions when we speak about Middle East this year, or maybe in the short future, because now Syria is changing, and the film is talk about Syria, how it was, what brought this country to this end, what it's now. I'm doing 2 movies, by the way. I'm making a movie, a documentary movie for Swiss television, which is about the captain of Swiss ladies football, Lia Welti. She is playing in Arsenal, and this year in summer there will be European games of ladies of in football in Switzerland, and I am portraying Lia Welti. It's only a documentary movie. And the second, which was very important movie, Moments. It's a fiction movie. It's based in Switzerland, in Bern. There are 3 stories regarding to Aristotle's philosophy, which is talking about ethos, pathos, and logos in our life.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see them. Mano, I think you touched base on um, fundamental issues of Kurdish struggle, and that is while Kurds are serving um, to remain humane, to defend the peace in the Middle East and coexistence. Current shaping of Syria, unfortunately, does not even want to include Kurds. Uh, However, they serve humanity. But we'll see how it evolves. And as you mentioned, Kurds have more friends than themselves. We have excellent leaders leading us on the right directions. So I would like to thank you again for your insights and bringing such an important story to life. We
Thank you.
encourage everyone to watch Neighbors during your North American tour and continue exploring the rich and resilient narratives of Kurdish history and culture through cinema. For more
Thank you.
information, visit us at www.nyc.org. And I hope to see you all Sunday, February 2nd in Village East by Angelica, film followed by Mano's Q&A session. Thank you, Mano.
Thank you.